going on, everyone? My name's Ryan. I'm from Dallas. I now live in the Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. Um, I'm a big sports guy, and this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Is just have my own channel and talk about sports and give my opinions. I talk about the NBA, NHL, MLB, college. A big thing is the NFL. Big Packer fan, big Packer fan. But I'm going to try to stay away from talking about them. I want to talk about everybody, all the teams, all the leagues. Right now, kind of focusing on the NFL. I kind of want to go through each division and where we're at with each division. I guess we'll start in the NFC. Start with the NFC North. You got the Packers, you got the Vikings, the Lions, and the Bears. Green Bay 6-0. I think it's pretty safe to say that they're going to win the NFC North. Hopefully, and get a bye, first round bye. Looking at Green Bay's schedule coming up, you got at Denver, at Carolina. So we'll know real quick how good Green Bay is. Aaron's kind of struggling a little bit with receivers. Injuries don't help. Jordy got hurt before the season started. So, I think Green Bay will be fine. Hopefully, you can get one out of those two at Denver and at Carolina. And then they're home against Detroit and at Minnesota, at Chicago. Home against Chicago, my bad. The NFC North is not very strong. You look at the 3-2 Vikings, very overrated. Next game is at the Lions. I think they'll lose that. At the Bears, I think they'll lose that. The Lions and the Bears, they have good offenses. I think they're underrated, but I think Minnesota's gonna end up at 8-8, even though they're already 3-2, because they got a tough schedule. Home against Seattle, at the Falcons, at the Cardinals. Got Green Bay twice, so I don't see Minnesota making the playoffs. The Bears. Don't get me started on the Bears. The Lions 1-5. Wow. Look at these games. They should have beat the Chargers. They should have beat. Well, I guess they shouldn't have beat the Vikings. They played tough in Seattle. Should have beat Seattle. Can't believe he fumbled. Cardinals, that was a blowout. Yeah. And they're home against the Vikings and at the Chiefs. I guess they're going to finish 6-10, I guess, but their season's over. So I guess Green Bay is going to come out of that division. Not much to talk about that division this season. NFC South, you got the Falcons, you got the Saints, you got the Tampa, and Carolina. I don't have faith in any of these teams. Not to be a Homer Packer fan, but Carolina's a big win at Seattle. But Seattle's 2-4. Let's not take that out of consideration. Let's see. Carolina's home against the Eagles, and they're home against the Colts, and then they're home against Green Bay. Man, so they have 3 straight home games. Carolina, they could be 8-0. They could beat the Packers at home. And they're at. I can see the Carolina getting a bye up there with Green Bay. As for the Falcons, I don't trust them. Their first games where they were 5-0, they didn't play anybody. They played New York, Philadelphia, the Dallas team doesn't even have anybody on their team. I like Carolina coming out of that division right now. I don't know. I think Cam's playing well. I think Cam's my MVP right now. Definitely, he's got no one to throw the ball to, and he's making it happen. That's for New Orleans. How disappointing. They put up good fantasy numbers, I guess. I don't see them going anywhere. Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston is doing okay. I mean, his 2 wins are against the Saints and the Jaguars. That ain't very impressive. And then they're at the Redskins, at the Falcons. I don't see Tampa doing nothing. Maybe get up to 5-6 wins this year and keep building up. I like what they're doing in Tampa with Jameis and Vincent Jackson, but their defense just not good enough. Not good enough this year. They're already out of it. Let's see. NFC West. Ooh, this is a fun division, because they got some good teams in it, lots of talent. You got Arizona, St. Louis, San Francisco, who's so up and down. I've never seen a team so up and down before. So you got Seattle, you got St. Louis, and you got Arizona. In preseason, I picked St. Louis as my sleeper to make the playoffs. They could. You know, they're 2-3 right now, 2-3. But they got the Browns at home. I think they'll win that. Got the 49ers at home. I think they can do that. And they got the Vikings and then the Bears. I think the 49ers could win 4 in a row. They go 4 in a row. That puts them at 6-3. And you know, in this division, you never know because they're so tough. I think St. Louis still got a shot in this division. Because what's Carolina? No, not Carolina. Arizona has home against the Ravens. That's probably a win. And they're at the Browns, probably. And then at Seattle. You know, Arizona's one of those teams that I just don't trust yet, but I want to. I certainly don't want my Packers to play them in the playoffs. I don't want. Yeah, Arizona's going to end up winning that division, but watch out for St. Louis. And let's see, Seattle's 2-4. I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, they blew a lead in every single. They had the fourth quarter lead in every single game. They lost 4 of them. Now they're at the 49ers on Thursday night, and then they're at Dallas. Maybe it might have Dez back by then. Maybe. I think Seattle's going to be 3-5. 3-5, because I think they're going to beat the 49ers Thursday, and I think they're going to lose it at Dallas. I think they're going to lose at Dallas, and they'll be 3-5, and hopefully Seattle's the one team I don't want in the playoffs. One team I do not want in the playoffs is Seattle. I don't want them in the playoffs. So yeah, I got Arizona coming out of that division as of right now. Now we go to the awesome NFC East. It's awesome, isn't it? Philadelphia. Yeah, they beat the Giants Monday night. Whoop-de-doo. Sam Bradford is horrible. It almost looked like he was trying to throw the game in the fourth quarter. He just kept throwing it up to Ertz and Cooper and miscommunications here and there. Oh, man, that was some bad football. Some bad football, and I didn't take anything away from it. They're still 3-3. Very unimpressive. Very unimpressive. As far as New York, their opponent, Eli Manning. Eli Manning. You don't know what you're going to get. You know, you don't know what you're going to get with Eli. This division was in their grasp and they lost. And that puts them back at 3-3. Even if they beat Dallas next week, Dallas is still only 2-4. Only 2-4. And then they're at New Orleans and then at Tampa. And I think the Giants could lose both of those and Dallas could still be in the hunt. You just don't know what you're going to get with New York. They have the most complete team right now in the NFC East with Dallas being hurt. But they're just, something's wrong. And it must be their offensive line. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but they went right down the field to start the game Monday night and then horrible. And as for the Dallas Cowboys, we all know that if Romo and Dez and the rest of the team were healthy, Dallas would be 5-0. Dallas is good, and they scare the Packers. I don't want to play Dallas. I do not want to play Dallas. I root for the Cowboys sometimes, since I am from Dallas, but they're the last team that I want to see in the playoffs to play against the Packers. I think they can come up to Lambeau and beat us. They almost did it last year. A lot of people think they did, but they didn't. Dallas, if they get healthy, man, and these teams keep them around in the division, watch out. Dallas is coming, and they're coming with a vengeance, and they'll win the division at 8-8, and they'll win the first playoff game, and then they'll be right back at Lambeau, 1 versus 4 seed in the playoffs, and that'll be a hell of a game if it ever gets to that. But watch out for Washington. This week they're getting back Jordan Reed. Deshaun Jackson is coming back soon. And they have a very good offense. Very good offense. But they should have beat Atlanta. They beat Philly. The Jets, I don't know. We'll get into the Jets later. Then they're at Tampa versus Tampa this week. I think that's a win. Washington could be 3-3 this week or whatever they're going to be. And I like Washington. You know, I don't know why. watch out because they'll be around. I think this division is going to come down to the last 3 weeks of the year. Washington is, if you keep them around, I like their chances. I love their offense. I love what they're doing on offense, especially when they get their weapons back. They got two-headed horse at running back. Kirk Cousins is okay. I mean, if you get Deshaun Jackson back, you got Pierre Garçon. Deshaun Jackson, that deep threat back. Yeah, watch out. But right now, I got to pick a team come out of the East. Well, Matt Castle starting this week. I'm going to pick Dallas. I think Dallas is going to come out of this division. Just watch. They are going to come out of this division, and I am not going to be very happy. Sorry. Okay, let's go to the AFC. AFC South. This is the worst division of football. You have the Colts, Titans, Texans, and Jags. Jags are 1-5. Texans are 1-4. Or Titans are 1-4. Texans are 2-4. Mariota's playing okay. Bortles, get this. Bortles is 138 for 242 on the season. That's 96 incompletions. No. 104 incompletions. That ain't good. But he's putting up a lot of fantasy numbers. 1-5, I mean, they're out of it. Titans, their schedule is ridiculous. Let's see, the Colts, they stink, but they're going to stink less than the other three teams. I mean, Texans, I don't know, maybe Hoyer can do something. They're at the Dolphins this week, and they're home against the Titans and at the Bengals. Yeah, I could see the Texans fighting back. I could, because you got the Colts are home against the Saints. You never know. Drew Brees could catch fire. And they're at the Panthers, first Broncos, at Falcons. Watch out. Texans can make a move here. And Arian Foster, Hopkins, holy buckets, man. That kid, he's a machine. He is a machine. And, yeah, I like the Texans coming out of that division right now. I have the Colts preseason, but I guess I stay with the Colts, but watch out. Houston's coming. Let's go to the AFC East. We got Buffalo, New York Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins. I think the disappointing team, people are saying it's the Dolphins. I think it's the Bills. I mean, their defense is horrible. I mean, they're just letting teams march right up and down the field. I don't get it. I mean, they are just getting dominated. Tyrod Taylor barely even getting 100 yards passing. He's just running the ball. Sammy Watkins is fine. But the Bills, I think they're very disappointing defensively. And what Rex Ryan said they were going to be. Pathetic Dolphins. They just fired their coach. Oh, man. Dolphins, they're not making the playoffs. Now we go back to the Jets and Patriots. Look, the Patriots play their next 3 games at home. First the Jets, versus the Dolphins, versus Redskins. They're going to be 8-0. The Jets, I think, are going to lose their next 2. I think they're going to lose the Patriots and the Raiders. So they'll be 4-3, and then the Patriots are going to run away with that. But I think the Jets can make a move. I think the Jets could. I think Fitzpatrick's playing really well. People really underestimated Cotchery. I mean, my fault. Decker and Marshall. I mean, they're 2 talented receivers, and Chris Ivory is just turning on the burners. So I like the Jets. The Jets could sneak in as a wild card. I think so. The Jets and the Steelers are my wild card, but we'll get into the Steelers later. Let's go to the AFC West. You have the 1-5 Chiefs, who are absolutely terrible. Me living in Kansas, I know that for a fact. Chargers, Raiders, Broncos. There ain't much better. Oh, let's go Raiders. Everyone's still, Raiders 2-1. They're still the Raiders. I mean, they need some. They're still the Raiders. They're at the Chargers versus the Jets, at the Steelers. I think the Raiders are going to finish 8-8. It's not a bad year for them. They're on the up and coming. They need another receiver. They can't just. Amari Cooper is just not the answer. By himself. Latavius Murray get 2 yards of carry, and then that ain't gonna cut it. The Chargers, I think the Chargers could make a move. I really do. At Lambeau last week, threw over 500 yards. That was a long game. But Green Bay won, so that's good. Anyway, they're home against the Raiders. Then they're at the 1 pathetic Ravens, versus the Bears, versus the Chiefs, at the Jags. I can see the Chargers going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Home against the Broncos 6 in a row, and then I can see the Chargers rallying off 7 or 8 here in a row. I really could, and that would put them at whatever 10-4, whatever. I could see the Chargers rallying off 7 in a row. I could. I mean, look at their schedule, and it's not very tough, you know, with Phillip playing as well as he is, and Keenan Allen. They need to get Melvin Gordon going. If they can get him going, I loved him at Wisconsin. Oh, you gotta get him going. Woodhead, you can't win with Woodhead. I mean, yeah, he's a good third down back, kind of like Darren Sproles, but. And then we go to the Broncos. They're home against the Packers. That'll be a fun game. I mean, we all know. I don't need to say it anymore. I mean, it's their defense. But Peyton's Peyton, and he'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. They'll be a playoff team, and they'll be in the AFC Championship. I can guarantee you. With that defense at home, we'll get into my picks next week for that game. But they're on a bye this week, along with Packers and Cincinnati. So, but that's that. I think the Broncos are coming out of that division. The Chargers are going to make a run and challenge the Jets for a wild card. And now the last division, Browns. I don't even want to talk about the Browns. They're the Browns. They have no relevance whatsoever to me. Very disappointed in Baltimore because I really love Baltimore. I love Harbaugh. Steve Smith Sr., I feel bad for him. Last year, they're 1-5. Such a shame, and they're not getting back in it. Now you got the Bengals and Steelers. Bengals are 6-0. I don't trust them. I should. I just don't. Steelers, they get Big Ben back, they're going to win this division. Yeah, and I think they're 2-3 without him, so and that's pretty good. So I like the Steelers coming out of the division. Bengals are going to mess up a little bit. They're at the Broncos, at the 49ers, across the country, at the Cardinals, at the Browns, at the Steelers. Yeah, I like Steelers win this division with Antonio Brown and whatnot. So that's kind of a breakdown. Got the Steelers winning that division right now. I mean, pretty much everyone who's leading. The most intriguing division is obviously the NFC East, but whatever. Let's get into some picks for this week. Let's go Seattle at 49ers. I'll take the Seattle Seahawks. They're desperate. They have to win. The Bills, Jags. Screw it. Let's go with the Jags. Bucks, Redskins. I like the Redskins. I like their offense. Falcons, Titans. Devontae Freeman, man. Let's go with the Falcons. Saints, Colts. I'm going with the Saints. I think Drew Brees in the Dome. He's right. They look really good against the Falcons. I like Drew Brees at the Colts. Dropping the Colts 3-4. Vikings, Lions. Who cares? But I'm going with the Lions at home. Steelers, Chiefs. If Landry Jones plays, Chiefs. If Big Ben plays, Steelers. But Chiefs need to get rolling. They need to do something. It's boring without them being good. Browns, Rams. Going with the Rams. Texans, Dolphins. They're desperate. New coach, they're energized. Let's go with Jets, Patriots. Raiders at Chargers. Cowboys, Giants. Gotta go with the Giants. Dez isn't playing, so you gotta go with the Giants. You have to go with the Giants. You got Sunday night. You got Eagles at Panthers. I want to pick the Eagles so bad. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. You know, the Eagles suck. And then Ravens, Cardinals, Monday Night Football. Cardinals at home, Monday Night Football. So those are my picks for this week. Green Bay is off this week along with Cincinnati. Who else is off? Broncos. So it's kind of a boring Sunday without the Packers playing, but you know, it's still NFL football. Anyway, yeah, like I said, when the other sports get rolling, I'm talking about all sorts of sports. You know, the Royals and the Mets are gonna wrap it up here tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be Royals versus the Mets in the championship, or in the World Series, sorry. Not that I care since the Rangers were knocked out. But I think the Royals, their bats are on fire. And I like the Royals to take it all the way. As for the NBA, we'll get into the NBA once the season starts here in 10 days. NHL, I got to watch the Stars last night. Stars look good, you know. Their offense with Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin, whew, man, it'll be tough to stop them. So with that, I'm going to sign off for today. Hopefully we'll see you guys back later in the week.